Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate 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 Vasudevaya.
Okay, so we are reading Canto 1st, text 8, chapter 8, text 36. Kunti Maharani prayers. Shrinvanti gayanti grananti abhikshanashaha. Read. Smaranti nandanti tave hitam janaha. Taeva pashyanti achirena tavakam bhava pravaho paramam padambujam. Famous verse actually. We have been discussing that Kunti was just describing why does Lord Krishna come to this material world. So he comes for various reasons. Because he likes to do with one arrow many aims. That's his idea. So he likes to accomplish his many actions by one action. That's Krishna. And none of them fails. Just like Ram, he took bow and arrow and he shot at 7 trees, no? Mm-hmm. And all the 7 trees were down. And then that arrow, it went to hell after that. And it killed one of the demons, big demons. And then it went to heaven and it gave blessings to demigods. And then it came back. So he accomplished many things from that one shot. And Sugriv was doubtful whether Ram can even break down these 7 trees together. He was like, stupid, you know. Mm-hmm. So that is why now Kunti is saying that that idea is to know all these pastimes of Lord, know these reasons why he is coming, relish them, and then hear about them and sing about them. That is devotional life. So why Krishna is doing so many bewildering pastimes? We heard Damodar Leela and other Vaman Avatar and so many pastimes. Why he is coming? Janma karma cha mai divyam. See that verse? Tatpataha Tyaktva deham punarjanma naiti mameti. So Arjuna. So anybody who knows my birth, mysteries of my birth and pastimes, he will never come back. That's what is life meant for, to solve the mysteries of birth and pastimes of Lord, and not to be involved in our own mysteries of life. But generally we spend our life in creating mysteries for ours and not solving. That's our life all about. So Shravanti Gayanti. So he says, Kunti Maharani says Shrinvanti. Shrinvanti means hear about him. Gayanti means sing about him. If we don't hear about him, we cannot sing about him. That's the idea. That is the first is Shravanam. And then is Kirtanam. Although Kirtanam is the process of this age. But without Shravanam, there is no Kirtanam. You can't speak about him. If you ask somebody to speak about Krishna for 10 minutes, he will not be able to do that. If he has not heard about him sufficiently. 10 minutes is also too much. Mm-hmm. Maybe 5 minutes also people cannot glorify him. Glorify only him. So Gayanti, Grinanti. Grinanti means you should take. Grinanti abhikshanashaha. You should continuously take the holy names of Lord by your mouth and his pastimes through your ears. In fact, Sukadeva Goswami says you should drink the pastimes of Lord. No? Pibatam rasamalayam. Drink. Vishwanath Chakra Thakur writes in one of the Prabhupada quotes him, I think in first canto only, he says when your eyes can drink and ears can smell, then your life is perfect. Generally it doesn't happen. Eyes can see, mouth can drink, nose can smell, ears can hear. Sukadeva Goswami says that when your eyes can drink and our ears can smell. Ears can smell the taste of Lord. By hearing, you actually start tasting His form and smelling His form. And by seeing Krishna, you start drinking Him, taking Him into your heart and soul. Then you are perfect. That is Grinanti. You take Him inside you. So generally what happens is we are doing Shravanti Gayanti, but Grinanti is not happening. Grinanti Abhikshanasha. Grinanti means we are chanting and hearing, but we have to take it from our ears down to our heart. That sometimes we are unable to do. And Abhikshanasha, continuously. Kshana means moment. Abhikshana means every moment. Every moment, on the beats, off the beats. Walking, talking. Chaitanya Prabhu says, no, that khaite, shuite, tatatha naam loe. Eating, sleeping, talking, walking, keep on chanting His names, keep on glorifying Him. Smaranti, and this will lead to smaranam. Now Kunti Maharani is making a logic, it's not just like that. So if we do like that, then spontaneous remembrance will come. Automatically our mind will be activated. Now it's dead. And we'll start remembering. That's what Bhakti-santa says. How do we know our chanting is good? What is a symptom of good chanting? So symptom of good chanting is you'll start remembering Him as an instant. Prabhupada says, just like you on television and everything comes. Similarly, as soon as you chant Hare Krishna, all pastimes and qualities will come in your mind. That should happen. And that's the goal of life.
So you were saying that day that when Maharajas chant, they first remember and chanting follows? It's the same?
Yeah, same thing. So now we chant nicely like that, Grinanti Abhikshanasha, and then we start remembering. Then when mind is trained to remember always, then remembering will actually inspire you to chant. Because you're always remembering Krishna is so nice, He's my master, He's everything to me. So your heart will automatically glorify Him. Hare Krishna, He's so nice, He's so attractive. No? So remembrance helps you to actually it will force you to chant and hear. You'll not be able to stop hearing about Him. No. So, and that is why there's this one verse I was reading yesterday. It is said that Nana Upchar, that whatever activities we do in devotional service, chanting, hearing, TT worship, they'll only become relishable when you have love in your heart. Love means remembrance. Every lover, he remembers the beloved, no? So when you have attraction for Him, then these becomes relishable. If we don't have attraction, these will not be relishable. Probably sometimes they'll be burden for us. It happens like that, no? To finish, frustrating, our mind doesn't really apply there, no? Just like mother. For mother, serving the child is not a burden. It is relishable. Although it's very difficult. 24 hours you have to be with the child. And sometimes it is physically demanding. You have to get up in the night and then can't sleep, and it's tough.
Yeah.
But that distress she is relishing. That's the idea. It might look for us distress, but she is relishing. Otherwise, why she would want another kid? Every female wants another child. She knows it's problematic. And especially pregnancy, delivery, so much pain. Okay, another child. Just like, although we are not females, we cannot understand this, but we can understand this. Just like when we were a child, we had that tooth, which used to pain.
Yeah.
And we keep on moving it.
Right. And it used to,
we used to relish
like it also. That
children like that. So that's the idea here. Although devotional service is, you are serving Krishna, you are chanting it. For external people, it looks like a burden. Preaching, chanting, 2 hours, what is this? Even 5 minutes we cannot chant. But that burden is actually relishable to us. And after some time it will not look like a burden. Just like preaching is a burden. Preaching is really difficult. It's a burden, no? James, what is this, to travel, preach, so many atheists, and you have to actually think how to bring them to Krishna consciousness. But that's nice. So that is smaranti. At the level of smaranam, that's going to happen. And Mahaprabhu says, Tumhara sevaye dukh hoye jat, sai to paramasukh. The distress in your service is my greatest happiness. How does it happen? Mother and child. Because she loves the child. So the amount of attraction we have to Krishna, that will decide how much we like Shravanam and Kirtanam. And how do we know that we have attraction for him? The symptom of attraction for Krishna is Smaranam. Spontaneous remembrance will come. That is symptom of attraction, no? Automatically you start remembering that person. So Smaranam. And then Nandanti. Nandanti means taking pleasure. When you can chant in such a way that you can remember him, then you will attain bliss. Actually, every time you chant, you will attain bliss. Because you are remembering him automatically. So Nandanti tave hitam jana. And that's what Kunti Mahani says. If you can manage to do like this continuously, then what happens? Taeva pashyanti achirena tavakam. You will see him. Achirena means quickly, not long. Tavakam, you will see him. And the idea is, you will see him, Prabhupada writes here, that this shows that you will not have impersonal realization. It's not impersonal realization. It is not a feeling. It is direct encounter, face to face. You're going to see him. So that means you're going to see his beautiful form, his beautiful qualities. It will be right there in front of your eyes or in your heart. Whatever. And as soon as you see him, bhava pravaho param padambujam, your material existence is over. And that's what when Krishna was running from Jarasandha, so he went up the hill and there was Muchukund sleeping. And Krishna hid and he put his cloth on him. So that Kalevan, he was behind Krishna. So he came, he was confused, he thought Krishna is sleeping. And he just kicked him. And it was not Krishna, it was Muchukund. And he got up from his long sleep. He saw Kalevan and he was burnt to ashes in an instant. Because Muchukund got a blessing from demigods. Anybody who will disturb you in sleep, if you see him, he will burn to ashes. And then Muchukund saw, and then he saw Krishna. And then first statement he said, you read Bhagavatam, almost the first statement he said, that my dear Krishna, I am seeing you face to face. This means that I am liberated. I am liberated. So that's the result of doing chanting and hearing and remembering with love. So the idea of this verse is, actually this verse is important because it is helping us to understand how should we chant in order to get the desired result. So that is why we should try to chant in such a way so that we can remember him. Of course, remembrance will come spontaneously, it's not. You can't do anything in that. But if you apply your mind in chanting and your heart, remembrance will come. Otherwise it will not come. If we simply try to finish, it doesn't happen like that. It doesn't come. You can't become expert in chanting if you run. Just like Mridanga. If you learn Mridanga, then that teacher will tell you, okay, you play tere kitta dai, tere kitta, tere kitta. So general tendency is, if you go give to anybody, and if you tell some mantra, he will just start playing very fast. No? And teacher has to say, no, slow. Tendency is to go fast.
Yes.
But then teacher slows down. No, slow, and play it. Every stroke should be perfect, rather than speed. Speed is not required now; it will come out itself. But every stroke should be perfect and clear, and strong. That's how we have to chant. Speed will come. Prabhupada used to chant very fast. Okay. But for us, every stroke has to be clear. Every name has to be clear and perfect. And Grinanti Abhikshanasha, you speak that name, hear that name, and take that name in your heart and keep it forever. That's how we have to chant. It might take a little more time, but that's okay. So that's Kunti Maharani's advice. And then Kunti Maharani says, "Oh my Lord, you have executed all duties yourself. Are you leaving us today, though we are completely dependent on your mercy and have no one else to protect us? Now when all kings are at enmity with us." So Kunti is actually, after glorifying him, he's praying to him. She is praying to him. No, that's the system. You glorify and then you pray. But she doesn't really pray directly to Krishna. Krishna, you stay here. She can't say to Krishna, he's independent. You do whatever you want. But she is saying that you have helped us always. We were thinking we have fought this war, but you are the person who has fought this war. In so many years we were in exile, and you always helped us. So you have done everything for us. Swakrite hita Prabhu. And we very well know this. But are you leaving us today? Are you leaving us today? And we are unhappy for this. But Kunti is raising a question: why you are leaving us when we are completely dependent on your mercy? You always saved us from enemies. Now we have won the battle. We are kings of entire world. But when you become king, then you make more enemies. When you are in power, people might bow down in front of you, but everybody is planning how to crack a plot, and people are there. So Kunti is saying it's not over. Battle is not over. There are always enemies for us also. Even though we might be very advanced in devotion, even though we might have won the battle with lust, anger, greed, but still there are always enemies. Illusion is always there to pull us down. So she is saying, so why do you leave us now? That's the question she is asking. When we are completely dependent on your mercy, why do you leave us? And Prabhupada actually, Prabhupada writes here, separation from the Lord was just like separation of a fish from water. Kunti could not really accept this fact that Krishna is leaving. None of the Prabhupada disciples could actually even imagine that Prabhupada will leave them. None actually imagined. But then Prabhupada left. Everybody got a shock because nobody thought Prabhupada was going to leave them. He's going to always be there. Everybody says like that, no? Prabhupada disciples. Sandy Ridge also, they were telling me, we never thought that he'll leave us. This thought never came in our mind. He is there, he's guiding us, and that's okay. But everybody has to leave. So Kunti is saying, but when Krishna leaves his devotees feel as if they are like fish out of water. This is an example given in Gita also, everywhere. And even Jayadev Goswami, he sings in a song. And mean fish is called mean. So a devotee of God feels just like fish out of water when he is separated from Lord. So actually this verse is verse of separation. So previous verse was, when you hear about him, glorify him, remember him, develop attraction for him, and you can see him in your heart, then you start feeling separation from him. You see how she is building. Before that, we don't feel separation. So Krishna will reveal himself, and then he'll vanish. And then you will feel separation. So Kunti, but this is happening in reality with her, like in front of her, and she is feeling separation, and that's why she is. Therefore, Kunti felt such a separation like a thunderbolt. And whole prayer of Queen Kunti is to try to persuade Lord to stay with them. There is the idea of entire prayer. She is praying, she is glorifying, she is bowing down in front of Krishna, with the idea that he should stop. But Krishna will do what he wants. He's autocrat. He's independent. He's nobody's control. He'll do whatever he wants, and devotees are happy in that. Even if Krishna doesn't listen to their prayers, even if Krishna doesn't accept their requests, still they are happy. It's not that he didn't accept our request and we are unhappy. No, still they are happy because his reciprocation with his devotees, positive or negative, both are pleasurable. Because Krishna is full of all pleasure, and that's what is devotee all about. So Kunti is then saying, as the name and fame of a particular body is finished with disappearance of soul, similarly, if you do not look upon us, all our fame and activities along with Pandava and Yadus will end at once. See, Kunti realizes that whatever we have, it's a gift of God. Whatever anybody has, whatever anybody has anything good, that comes from God. And whatever anybody has anything bad, that comes from you. That's all. This is simple. So if anything happy happens in life, our life, spiritually or materially, whatever, credit goes to Krishna. Because nothing good can happen without Krishna. There can be no light without sun. It's impossible. So Kunti actually is saying that I realize this, and so don't leave us. Although you are leaving us, always remember us. At least that much. You should always remember us. And this one example is given there, that when Krishna left Vrindavan, he went to Mathura. At that time, whole Vrindavan, it almost became like America after the autumn, no leaves, no flowers, all trees are absolutely naked, So everything dried up. And people were also very distressed, and there was scorching sun, there were cracks in the land, even land, Vrindavan, Brajbhumi, she was weeping. She was weak. But there was one tree which was full of fruits and leaves and very happy. So why was it like that?
This is a tough one. This was really tough.
So that answer is given because Krishna was remembering about that tree from Dwarka. So even though he was away from that tree, from everybody, but the fact he was remembering that tree it immediately blossomed and it became happy. So that's Kunti Maharani is saying, okay, you're leaving us, but don't forget us. And that's the hope of a devotee. Okay, Krishna, we are here in material world, going here and there, whatever, trapped in bodies, we're chanting your names. So please remember me. That's his prayer. Because as soon as he will remember you, he will feel bliss in your soul. If you remember him, you might feel a shadow of that bliss. But if he remembers you, that's a substance. That's our hope against hope. He should remember us. That's why we are remembering him. Not just we keep on remembering him. Our hope, our target of remembrance is, hope is that when I remember, then he will remember me. Yathamam prabhadyante tam sate vajamyam. That's all.
इसलिए कहते हैं ना कि कुंती रानी से जब कृष्णा ने कहा कि आप कुछ मांगो, तो कुंती ने कहा मुझे दुख दो.
Yeah, she was saying like that. She prayed like that because she wanted to be with Krishna. That's the idea. So she is a pure devotee and she understands the ways of love, and she knows how to pray and actually what to pray. She knows. So we don't pray to Krishna, Krishna, please give me the power to remember you. That people pray, we can pray, but in a neophyte condition. A real prayer is, Krishna, please remember me. At least once.
Yeah. So when somebody is sick, when they say, please pray for me, then the objective is that Krishna, when you pray, Krishna will remember him, right?
Yeah.
And then they'll be blessed.
And then they'll be okay. Then they'll be blessed or they'll be healthy. That's the idea. And in fact, when Krishna went to, when Bhagavatam says, when Uddhav came to Vrindavan, Krishna sent Uddhav to Vrindavan to give consolation. At that time, Uddhav, these gopis, they asked Krishna. They didn't tell Uddhav that Uddhav, see, 24 hours we are remembering Krishna. That's not the point. They simply asked him whether Krishna remembers us.
Yes.
Even a single moment.
Yeah.
It is there.
It is there.
Whether he remembers us, has he forgotten us? Now he's king with so many queens.
Yes.
That's the question they asked. They were not interested in this fact that they are remembering him.
Correct. Yes.
So that's what we should be thinking. We should not think, okay, now I'm remembering him 24 hours, so I'm a devotee. No. It's not necessary.
Right. He's Atmaram.
Yeah, he should remember you. So we are looking for that. We are looking for that. That's why she says, O Gadadhar, our kingdom is now being marked by the impressions of your feet. Therefore it appears beautiful. But when you leave, it will no longer be so. So when Krishna was in Hastinapur, his feet was, impressions of his feet would have been there in the sand.
Right.
Daily. And Kunti is saying that that's why our kingdom appeared beautiful. Just like Akrura, when he was going to take Krishna Balram from Vrindavan to Kamsa, and on the way he saw lotus feet of Krishna, and he was rolling in that. Just by seeing his feet, he went into ecstasy. So Kunti is saying, when you go, we'll not be able to see your lotus feet. Kunti doesn't say here, when you go, we'll not be able to see you. She says, when you go, we'll not be able to see the ground which have impressions of your lotus feet. And why she says like that? Because what Kunti is saying, in the form of Lord, the most important is his lotus feet. That's why that's why everybody, all devotees, they praise the lotus feet of Lord. No, Lakshmi is residing in the lotus feet. Even gopis of Vrindavan, although they like to think about lips of Krishna and his beautiful face, but in Gopi Geet they praise the lotus feet of Lord. No, the gopis say, we are in so much anxiety, Krishna, that when you walk in the forest, the thorns might prick your soft lotus feet. Even Bharat in Ramayana, when Ram goes to Vanvas, Bharat is simply thinking, Ram is so delicate, and he's having no sandals.
Yeah, he gets the paduka.
Yeah, he has a paduka. And whenever he sees a paduka, he always he becomes happy, but at the same time he becomes sad. He remembers that Ram is walking without slippers. So somehow lotus feet of Krishna is having some kind of taste and mystery. That's everybody is thinking of lotus feet. Not only everybody, but Krishna himself, he sucks his thumb at the end of creation on a leaf to see what is there in my lotus feet, that everybody is after my lotus feet. Like my whole body, why this is special. And that's why Kunti is actually Tat Padair Ankita Bhati. She is talking about lotus feet of Lord. And the idea is, she is saying that the aim and object of life is to become a servant. Lotus feet is to do with dasya. So Kunti is saying, Krishna, please don't forget this servant. I am a lowly servant. I am a servant which don't do any service perfectly, although I am trying. I am a servant which is doing so many offenses. I am a servant which so many times slips into illusion. But nevertheless, just like father always remembers their child, even the bad child. Similarly, you can remember me as a bad child. Okay, but at least remember about me once. Good or bad, whatever it is. Keep me in your mind. Somewhere in your mind. Somewhere in a corner, okay. At the fore of your mind there are gopis. There is Uddhav, Prahlad, Dhruv. But maybe at the back of your mind somewhere, I am there. And that And that is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was standing, so we all know when he went to have darshan of Jagannath, he was standing behind Garud Stam, with the hope that Krishna, when he sees Garud, he'll be able to see him also. He's standing behind. So somewhere in the corner, I am there in the picture. And the most distress for a devotee is not disease, not death. The highest distress of devotees, the feeling that Krishna has rejected us. And that's what she is feeling. She is feeling that Krishna is going, so are you rejecting us? See, that is a very heavy feeling. Krishna is rejected. And we can relate to it by, not with Krishna, but if you think your dear and near ones reject you, then how do you feel? They say, we'll not talk to you. It's a very sad, very bad, very sad and very heavy feeling. So Kunti is feeling that heaviness in her heart. She is not really disturbed that Krishna is going, because Krishna might have gone so many times and gone so many times though. He was always coming to Hastinapur and going. Right. But now she is feeling that maybe Krishna is rejecting her. Some fault, some offense, what we have done that you are going. So she is saying, okay, no problem, you are going. But remember us, and with this token, if you remember us, we will be satisfied that you have not rejected us. See the point? So we'll feel you have not rejected us. You are away, but okay, fine. We are still in your heart. That's at least Kunti is praying. At least that you should do that. And then should I finish tomorrow? It is 41, 42, 43. Okay, yeah, we'll do tomorrow. Hare Krishna.
We are having the call at 7:20. Shama Gauri Mataji requested that you speak on the North America call that we have. That's
your call.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not my call.
This conference.
It was started by Adi Guru Prabhu. Yes.
Achha.
So,
okay. We'll do that then.
So tomorrow 7:20. Instead of 7, we'll have the lecture at 7:20.
Okay. So any questions, and then we'll stop here.
Yeah. Hare Krishna. Are there any questions on today's lecture?
Is there anybody there?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Very nice class. So, Prabhuji, you were telling about Krishna remembering us. Krishna is always remembering us, right?
Yeah, Krishna is remembering even demons also. But the point is not with love. So Krishna remembers everybody. Krishna remembers demons with anger mixed with mercy. He remembers non-devotees with mercy, compassion. But he remembers devotees with love. So that's not happening with us. He remembers us with mercy. Now, okay, he is trying, let me help him. But it's not same as he remembers gopis and the trees of Vrindavan with love. That's what we want. With affection. Not with compassion. There's a difference. Is it okay?
Yeah. Thank you, Prabhu.
Okay.
And Prabhuji, you said that whatever good happens by the grace of the Lord, but whatever bad happens because of us.
Yeah.
But then you also said that everything happens by Krishna's grace. Then everything includes even good and bad.
No, but the point is that that's one thing. So that's two things we have to keep in mind. So a devotee, he thinks in his life whatever happens, it is planning of Krishna. But now here's the point. When Krishna plans that something bad should happen to this person, either he will make a plan, he will execute it, and you will end up suffering, and he will teach you. That's one thing. But that is for devotees who are super elevated. For them, or maybe for us also, not super elevated. For us also Krishna can teach. But for us majority of the times is our own karmas, which is actually leading us to sufferings. Now what Krishna does is, Krishna uses our karmas to make us suffer. So he doesn't have to plan separately.
Okay.
You see, so just like yesterday I was saying, Krishna uses bad people to kill bad people. So he uses bad karma to actually make your life bad for some time. But at the same time, he will give you knowledge so that you will be able to understand what to learn from this. For non-devotees, they have bad karmas, they suffer, but they can't learn anything from that. They don't have knowledge. What Krishna does, Krishna allows your bad karmas to come. He can stop that, no? So his planning for you is not that, okay, I will do this, I will do this, I will do this, and he'll suffer, and then he'll learn. No. His planning is, just lift the dam. Let karmas flow. And his karmas are so bad anyway, he's going to suffer. No good karmas. So he'll anyway suffer.
And then he'll rectify.
And then he will give knowledge and give direction through devotees. He will learn and then he will rectify. So that is why whatever bad happens is due to us, what we have done. But it's under supervision of God. So devotee can see that it is due to me, but behind that it is planning of God. He is allowing my bad karmas to flow. He could have stopped, but he doesn't do that. So it is both. It is due to us and grace of Lord. Both.
And one more question. You said the lotus feet of the Lord is worshipped. And in the same way, I have heard that when a cow is there, the backside of the cow is worshipped than the front. What is that? Why?
No, because cow's mouth is the most dirty place in entire universe.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. The cow's back is the most sanctifying, most purified place in whole universe. And it's like that.
I see.
So that is why generally.
But when we do arti, we do it from the front. We don't do it from the back.
Yeah, but we don't.
But I see people they touch
the
back and then
whenever Krishna in South Indian temples, whenever cow is brought, its back is shown first.
Okay.
Yeah, not the front. And then first cow is brought, its back is shown, and then elephant is brought, its front is shown, and they pay obeisances. The system is like that.
Okay.
So it is like that. Because I think Lakshmi resides in the back.
In the back.
And that is where Krishna likes to see. Because probably I can guess, if you want to put it scientifically, then back there is cow dung.
Yeah. And
cow dung means wealth. At least in a land where agriculture is important. Cow dung, you do everything with cow dung. Cow dung means food. You make fuel. Cow dung means food because you put fertilizers. You can make pesticides out of cow dung also if you make a solution. And then cow dung also means house. You can make upla and put it on the walls.
Yes.
So cow dung is food, shelter, and clothing also. By cow dung you can make mats.
Yeah, they have already
and slippers. Yeah, you see that.
Yeah.
So everything: food, shelter, clothing.
Now they've got machines whereby cow dung they have made beautiful clothes.
Yeah,
it was there.
Yeah. So that is why cow dung means Lakshmi. In that, if you want to speak logically, but mouth doesn't give anything.
Okay.
So that's the point. Okay, so let's stop here. Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki
Jai.
Jai.
Hare Krishna, thank you so much.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Okay.